Hi guys, it's Max here with dartsreviews.tv in association with dartsplanet.tv. We got some mission darts for you today. We got the Dennis Nilsson player darts. Interesting looking dart. It's got a different sort of grip to it. Nice colour system as well. But what I think we'll do is we'll head straight on over to the board. We'll get them out, have a closer look. Okay, so we're over at the table and we got the Mission Dennis Nilsson darts. We got the 25 gram ones here. Got this like faced black and grey image behind here, quite aggressive looking. Window there showing the dart barrel and stem with his strong sort of flights in behind there as well. Over on the back, we got some information about Mission, what's in the box. They're match weighted to 0.05 grams, obviously their logo, and the safety information in all the different languages. Let's get the actual darts out, have a look. As with most of their darts, Mission put it in this like plastic velvet covered insert. Does everything it needs to, holds everything in place. You've got the Mission point holder there, and you've got the Strongman flights in behind the stems as well. So let's get one of the darts out. Starting at the front, we have a standard black coated point before going into the ball nose with quite a long smooth section before going into this quite interesting grip. And then we've obviously got this recessed smooth section with the etched in Mission logo, adding a different like grip area, and then these blue and yellow grooves amongst the standard sort of ring grip at the back. Slight taper, and then we've got the clear sabre and blue stem. The grip itself, each of the rings is like a rounded sort of mountain peak, is how I'd like to describe it. Not sharp at all, so it's not catching on your finger or thumb or anything, so grip rating is definitely going to be reduced. But the actual groove in between, as I said, it zigzags up and down, so it's very equal all the way, but it does add a nice grip area if you've added a little bit of pressure. Like I said, this section here with the etched Mission logo is actually slightly recessed, and the ring either side is square cut, so that adds like a sharpish sort of feel to it as you're gripping it, as does the little two rings there with the yellow and blue either side. Nice centre weighted dart. The grip area is about 2/3 of the dart, but it's all slightly forward. So if this is the main grip that you're looking for and you're a rear gripper, you might have to just slightly move forward, but it's not too much. But if you don't go forward enough, you are catching a little bit on that recess smooth section. Measurements width-wise for the 25 gram is 6.7 millimeters, and the length of the dart barrel is 50.4 millimeters. So decent sort of width and length. Sorry. It is a heavier one of the darts of his weight, so it is going to be slightly thicker, but you still got plenty of room there for grouping, and having that ball nose, hopefully you don't get too much of a deflection off the flights. What I think we'll do, we'll go and head on over to the dartboard, and we'll have a few throws, see how we get on with them. So we're over in the dart room, and we've got the Mission Dennis Nilsson darts. Quite an interesting sort of grip pattern to this. You've got that almost like mountain peak sort of zigzag, and then you've got that strange little dip with that smooth section at the back that's got that little sharp edge. So if I don't get my grip quite right, I can see myself catching on that. I'm going to have a couple of practice throws just to get used to them, and then we'll go into our practice routine. So let's see how we get on. Starting off straight. Nice steady 60. They're all going a little bit high, so I need to adjust down a little bit. I'm getting a little bit more power than I thought I was, because that grip is quite grippy, even though it's not sharp. Oh, a very, very tight 123. A little bit unlucky, the first start went in the treble one on that, but all in all I'm getting quite a bit of power pushing forward with this start with this grip, so going to be interesting to see how we get on. So let's go straight into our 201 practice routine. Game on. Oh, pulled that last one over a little bit, 127, leaving us 74. And in 3 darts, there we go. More than happy to get that in 6 darts. I did move my grip just that ever so slightly forward so I didn't catch on that little sharp ring on that little drop section. But the type of grip this is, I'm getting plenty of power pushing forward with it, and I'm not catching, which I really do like because I do catch on sharp edges quite easily. But all in all, felt really comfortable, a nice centre weighted parallel dart. So let's go have a final thought. Well, I was more than happy to be able to do this in 6 darts. I got a really nice release with this, but surprisingly, with the rounded edges and that sort of like mountain peak sort of shape, I actually got a fair bit of power with it. Usually I struggle getting power behind the darts. I do prefer sort of like push points, but with this, because of the gap between those ridges, you could get your fingers in there and get a lovely sort of like push through the air. That's why I'm going to give it a grip rating of 2.5. The edges aren't sharp, so you're not catching or anything. It is all smooth. It's all rounded tops and everything. But because of the gap and being able to get the power, that's why I've given it that grip rating. The weights that this come in is 23 and 25. So obviously they've kept it true to sort of like the player's sort of weight. And obviously given a little bit of variation for people to choose from as well. Price point I think is really, really good. It's a 95% tungsten dart and it's only £39.95. That is absolutely fantastic. You know, you're paying that really for like an 80% tungsten dart nowadays, so to get a 95% at that price is an absolute fantastic price point. Even though sort of like not everyone would get on with this sort of grip, they might want something a bit grippier or a little sharper edge. I think this is a fantastic starting point for some people because, like I said, you can get some power and they have such a clean release, and the balance point went through the air really, really nice as well. If you've got a set of these or you're looking at getting a set, or maybe you've got a question or two, head on down to the comment section and let us know. If you have got a set of these, what would be fantastic, head on over to dartsreviews.tv. You can leave your own review on there. And afterwards, even check out dartsplanet.tv. There's stuff in there like some reviews, articles, competitions, all sorts, whether you've got 5 minutes or half an hour, something to pass the time. As always, make sure you tick subscribe and tick that notification bell. We've got reviews coming up in the future. Could be something that you've really, really been looking forward to, or it could even be a fantastic new release. And as always, come back, check us out again soon. Bye.